Hey guys, it's Hannah and I'm here today with a tag video for you. So, if you guys can't tell, obviously I have no makeup on. So this is going to be the makeup and books tag. Now, I'm not promising for anything like super fantastic makeup wise. I am like a very basic person and very low maintenance. So, if you're here to talk about books, welcome friends. If you're here for makeup advice, you should probably find another video. So let's get on into it. I have put some books so you guys feel more at home because we're in our different location today. And so we are going to start off with the questions. I'm not sure who started this tag, but I will leave the link to their channel down below and to the video. But everybody has been doing this lately, so yeah. And before I forget, I do want to tag JG, the Awkward Bookworm. I want to tag Gabby over Gab's About Books, and then I also want to tag Grace over at G Swizzle Books, and the Owlboro. That's who, and I will leave all their links down below. If you guys have already done the tag, I'm sorry for tagging you twice, but that's who I would like to see this tag. Okay, so first question is, primer, pick a book that leaves a lasting impression. And fun fact, I don't use primer, so I'm just going to answer the question. We're just going to skip this step for me. Like I said, I'm very basic with my makeup. So, pick a book that leaves a lasting impression, and this one I picked Queen of Shadows because this is the one that it really like felt like it got really good and got into like the meat of the story, and this is where I really like got sucked into this series. I was already like sucked in. This is when I was like, this is going to be one of my top series of all time type of feels. So I picked Queen of Shadows for question number 1. Question number 2 is foundation. Pick a favorite first book in a series. I'm focusing all on the books and I'm not even getting ready, and I actually do need to get ready, so hold on. I apologize if I stop telling you what I'm using, but it's kind of hard to multitask when you don't do this all the time. So I'm using CoverGirl Outlast Foundation, and my first book in this series that I loved was the Selection series. So this is my question or answer for number 2. I absolutely adored that series. I know it's not the best one in the series, but that is the one that really got me hooked on it, and then I continued to, like, once I read one, I went out and bought the rest of them that couple of days and read it all like back to back, and I absolutely love that series, and that actually got me back into reading. So that series will always hold a special place in my heart. This is really hard to talk and put makeup on at the same time. You always like think that you're a good multitasker until you try to do something and film it. I feel like this video, I know like everybody says this, but I feel like this video is going to take a while because of all my starting and stopping. It's going to take me forever to edit because I can't do both at the same time, so this should be interesting. Also, I apologize for all of the Harry Potter default questions here. I feel like every tag video I always revert back to Harry Potter because it's like such a huge series, like just in the book world and in my own life. So I tend to answer at least once per tag Harry Potter because it's one of my favorite series, but it's so relevant. Like, who doesn't love Harry Potter? Muggles, that's who. Okay, question number 3 is concealer, and for my concealer I'm using Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I really like this stuff, and it's got like cool little squishy on top. So this question is, pick a character you wish you could get rid of. Okay, so I like prepped my answers for this tag video, but I didn't, one, prep my makeup look, which was dumb because the makeup was not like the part that that I do all the time. Well, I do, but not like film videos about. So let's see how well this makeup look is going to turn out. Second of all, this one I like prepped all my answers for it, but then I couldn't find his name. So hopefully you guys will understand me because I forgot to actually do my research and find who I was trying to talk about. So the answer for this one is the guy in the Witchland series in Wind Witch. the guy who's working with the king, like his like side person that like Adowin like runs into, and I'm like, I hate him. Like he is just, first of all, he's evil. Second of all, like he's just annoying. Like I'm like, you're like a little bug I just want to squish. Like get off my book. Like I'm already sick of you. Like he just irritates me and I just want him to be gone and I don't like him. And so he's like the side person with the king. So that is who I would conceal and get rid of if I could. Like I've said before, I am not like a beauty guru. So I don't know if I do this right, and I'm pretty sure I don't because I watch videos and I'm like, mine does not look like yours, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if my beauty blender is too wet or something, but I try to bake like I attempt to. And so I use beauty blender like you're supposed to, and I use powder, but when I do it, like, and I put it on, it doesn't cake on like everybody else's does. So if y'all have tips, please let me know. But I try. You see what I mean? Like, it just doesn't kick on like everybody else's does to bake. Mine just kind of like soaks in. Maybe I'm not using enough. Let's really go for it since I'm filming this, you know? Why not? I've got a feeling I'm going to regret this. So I got it on, sort of. We're gonna go with that. Okay. Alright. So, question number 4 is powder. Pick your favorite last book in a series. This is where I was getting with that I'm pretty dang basic because how could I pick anything but Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows actually isn't my favorite book, but it is like just like fantastic. The way that J.K. Rowling can... Do you guys say Rowling or Rowling? I always said Rowling and I've never been able to change it, and I'm like, that's just how I'm going to say it. But, it always amazes me how awesome she has tied everything in from book 1 to the last book, and how much it evolves, and how, like... Oh, that's just talking while putting on powder is not a good idea. But it just, like, amazes me how well she really, like, planted things in book 1, and she was able to tie them all together and, like, just really sewed all of it together so well. It just, like, the girl's got talent, like, wow. Oh, by the way, I was using NYX finishing powder. I don't know, the person at Ulta told me if you don't want to, like, have a different color, I recommend this. So, I bought it. I'm not loving it, though. So, there's that. And I'm gonna brush off the excess here. Okay. Now that I'm all, like, pale. So, question number 5 is eyebrows. Pick a book you think everyone should read. I have got to put on primer, though, because I'm kind of going out of order these to this time. So, I guess I do use primer. I just put only primer on my eyelids. So, let me do this really fast. So, what's the question? Eyebrows. Pick a book you think everyone should read. What did I have picked for this one? Oh, so this one was obviously Harry Potter, because if you haven't read Harry Potter, like, what are you doing with your life? So, Harry Potter is my default answer, but the fact that, like, everybody and their mother has read Harry Potter, or if you haven't, like, what are you doing with your life? By the way, I'm also using Anastasia Brow Definer in, like, the blonde color. All the Sephora people keep recommending to me that I should check out the pomade instead of this, but I feel like I can control this better. But I think I will eventually check out the pomade. Let me know down below if you have tried both of these, which one you prefer, because I would really like some honest feedback, not just someone who's trying to get me to buy something different. But I really don't have a clue what I'm doing. I just make them darker because I have no eyebrows, as you can see, so doing the eyebrows is like a definite must for me, otherwise I look crazy. So, I'm getting off topic here. What's the question? Pick a book you think everyone should read. Oh, so if you haven't read Harry Potter, obviously that's my go-to answer because you're crazy for not reading it. But the other answer would be a Sarah J Maas book. So everyone in my, like, real outside YouTube life, asks for recommendations, and my default answer is Sarah J Maas because she's got good romance in it, but it's not too like cheesy romance if you're not like a big romance fan. And she's got a lot of action, but it's not too much gore. So and plus it's got like magic systems as well, and it's not like crazy high fantasy, but it's still fantasy enough that like it's interesting. So I mean, Sarah J Maas is just like a good default answer for people who they don't know what to read and they're like, I like to read everything, because that's my first question always is, what do you like to read before I recommend you a book? And they're like, I like to read everything. I get that probably 90% of the time, so then I recommend Maas books. I recommend Throne of Glass series first, and then if they've read Throne of Glass series, if they're more of a romance fan, I do Court of Thorns and Roses, and I talk about how it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I absolutely love all of her stuff that I have read so far. Like, some are obviously better than the others, but she's just a fantastic writer, and I know that's like not everybody thinks that, but that is what I choose, is that I adore her books, and she's an awesome writer. So okay, good enough. I watched Witty Novels do this tag, and her, like, during the entire thing she was like, good enough. That's like my entire like life motto to my makeup is, I'm like, yeah, that sort of looks normal, it's fine. So question number 6 is eyeshadow. Pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. What was my answer for this one? Oh, Little Beach Street Bakery. I've not actually read this book yet, but this has got one of my favorite colors, or two of them. Like this minty Tiffany blue color and then this peachy pink color. I love those colors, and this is such like a cute novel. If you guys have been watching my videos recently, you will have known that I have like a really soft spot for baking stories, like stories about baking. I know it's kind of like a weird obsession that like there's not like recommend me bakery books, but that's like what I love for some reason. So I'm just taking the Lorac Pro palette. I've like used the crap out of this book or this one, so I'm just taking like a pink champagne-y color. I do that all over the lid because I'm very basic, and it is 7 o'clock at night and I'm not about to like put on a crazy makeup look. Like I'm going for something a bit more natural because I do have to go to work. I'm working really weird hours today, so I am also in the midst of this getting ready for work. So I'm doing an all over Barely There pink shade, and then I'm going to take this fluffy brush and I'm just going to take this taupe color here, right here, and put it in my crease. Most of the times when I'm really lazy and I don't, like when I'm going to work and I don't care what it looked like that day, I won't even put on eyeshadow. Just because like, that's where the creativity comes in, and I'm like, do I really have enough in me to make something creative early in the morning when my coffee hasn't hit in? So I'm kind of upset that there's not like a contour question on here. And Witty Novels also said the same thing, is that there's not a contour question, like are they crazy? And I was kind of hoping she would make one up because I watched Sarah Without an H video and she actually added a lot of these questions in here. So I'm not sure who actually created this tag, but I'm glad that, like, I love that it's like a big community and people add in extra questions. So who could we, what could we make for contour? Like favorite villain type of thing. Usually I do other stuff before, well, I'm jumping into contour since we're already on the subject of it. And I have been using this thing for freaking ever. It's like so filthy, look at that. But it's from the holiday packet. It's a few of my favorite things by Too Faced, and it's got a sample of Chocolate Soleil in it. This has literally lasted me like 2 years. It's great. And I know like makeup can go bad and stuff, but I'm like, meh. Like if it still looks good, like if I'm still using it and it still works, like I'm fine with it. So my favorite villain currently is, she's not really a villain, but she's not like the nice hero either. But it's definitely Manon from Sarah J. Maas, the Queen of Shadows. I don't know if she showed up in Queen of Shadows. That's when she originally started, but it's in the Throne of Chaos series. And if you guys watched my Halloween video, I actually dressed up as her, and she was one of my favorite people that I dressed up as because, one, it was like an obscure book character, and two, like she was just really fun to be, and really like fun look. So yes, I'm adding that question in here, whatever number we were on. Contour, what's your favorite book villain? So that's what I'm adding in here for my own touch here. I'm just jumping all over the place, to be honest, here because I'm going out of order of my normal routine. So next up, I'm gonna do blush. This is the fabulous Morphe palette. It is the 9N blush palette. So fun. So Blush is a book with a cringe-worthy romance, and some of you might already know this one, but I absolutely despise the Harry Potter Cho Chang romance. I don't get it. I don't like it. Like, you read that in the books and it is awful. Like, that poor Harry, man. Like, just was not a good situation for him in the first place because, like, Harry, Cedric, like, the whole thing, like, and Harry, like, found Cedric. It just wasn't a good situation for Harry to begin with, and I don't know why he thought that would be, like, a good idea. But the whole thing was awful, and then she cries on the date, and it's awful, and I hate that entire part of the book. It's definitely cringeworthy because it's so, like, God, I feel so bad for you. Why are you going, like, why are you putting yourself through this? So, absolutely hate that one. I believe it was in Order of the Phoenix. Now, the movies did it different than the books, and that bothered me, and thankfully, they didn't go in depth of how bad the date was. But I know that the whole dating, Ginny and dating Cho were in different movies versus the books, so I never remember which one's which. But I think it was in Order of the Phoenix where Harry and Cho started dating. Leave a comment down below if I'm wrong, so I will keep mental tabs on that. Okay, so we're back to the questions here. So question number 7 is pick a dark and mysterious book. Now, I do not read mysteries. I do not read dark stuff. Like, I am not a scary-worthy. I don't like to be scared. Like, those movies that jump out at you, I hate them because my heart can't take that crap. So I'm picking Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children just because it's kind of like a weird, creepy-ish book. I know it's not scary, but it's like more of like an eerie book, so I'm picking this one. Fun fact, I never actually finished that series. I only read that first one, and then I kind of lost interest and stopped reading that series, which I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for because that's like a much-loved series. But I have a lot of those that were like really, really hyped up, and I picked them up, and I wasn't super crazy about them, so I just gave up on them, and I'm like, why waste my time with things that I'm like not absolutely in love with? So I might do a video about like either overhyped books or like popular book series I haven't read, because I have quite a bunch of them, and that's actually kind of embarrassing that I haven't read them because they are so popular on BookTube. So I don't do anything crazy with my eyeliner because I am not that skilled, so I just do something basic. So I'm just using Sephora. It's got black with little sparkles in it. You can't really see the sparkles, but it does have that on there. Next one is mascara. Pick a long book. And I use Telescopic Carbon Black, so I'm going to use this one. For the answer to this is actually one of Trevor's favorite books, but it's so intimidating that, and Trevor even said, like, he's like, I'm not sure you'd make it through there because I have like a phobia of giant books because I lose interest halfway through. Like if they're not that intriguing or if it's long and drawn out, I don't do well with it because I'm like, I don't want to go back to you because you're taking forever. Like I need faster gratification when I'm reading something. Like I want to either hit a bunch of action scenes, like very fast paced, or I want to be able to like get done with the book really fast. So I'm really bad at reading giant books, but this is the biggest book that we own, so I thought I would shout this out. Brandon Sanderson, Words of Radiance. This is the second book in the Stormlight Archives, and it's one of Trevor's favorite books. But I think this is the one that's kind of westerny, and I hate westerns, so I'm probably not going to read this, but this is the biggest book that we own. Let's see how many pages there is. Yeah, 1,080. So, you know, like 600 page books and like, wow, that's going to take me a hot minute. That one would literally take me forever, so that's my long book pick for it. Are you guys like that? Like, do you guys get bored halfway through it if you're not making as much progress as you think you should be? Because, like, I love reading, obviously, but I'd rather have multiple books than, like, one ridiculously long book because I need it to just come to a head faster than the long books give me. So, what's your opinions on long books? Do you guys prefer long books because you get more content? Or do you like sort of shorter books, but more books in the series? I'd rather have more books in the series, even though it cost me more. So we already did blush. So the next one is highlighter. Pick a book that brightened your day. And I'm using NYX Illuminator. It looks like this. And the Ulta lady told me to do this one because I did not want something with a crap ton of glitter. You know how hard it is to find highlighters that like don't look like you're 5 years old when you put them on your face. So I did not want this. I just wanted a subtle glow. So she told me to do this one. And for my book pick for this, it was pick a book that brightens up your day, right? My all-time favorite contemporary, Fangirl. This is so relatable about a girl who doesn't like people, basically, and being out and like being social and stuff, and so she like makes fan fiction about sort of Harry Potter characters. It's pretty great. If you guys haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Anything by Rainbow Rowell is just going to like make you feel like you're eating cotton candy, but you don't get the stomach ache from it. Some people can't handle the sweetness, but I like love it. I love like contemporary YA, and I think it's adorable. So that's what I recommend. And I think Fangirl is probably her best. I highly recommend that one even over Anne and the French Kiss. Anne and the French Kiss is a little bit for a younger audience. She takes place in college, so that's what I would choose. Oh shoot, I didn't grab my last book. Well, you guys have seen it enough. So last one is Lipstick, Your Favorite Fictional Kiss. And I'm going to kind of cheat on this one, and I'm going to say Amy, Rose, and Dimitri kiss because Vampire Academy is my all-time favorite, like, couple. I adore them, and I love Dimitri. He is my book boyfriend, ultimate, and so I just love anything with them together. Like, I love them. So, for my lipstick, Your Favorite Kiss, should we do this one? It's a little dark, but I usually wouldn't do lipstick, honestly, to go to work. Unless I'm, like, feeling real fancy, but this one is Rebel Rose. And it's the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit. So that's what that looks like. That's probably not even in focus, to be honest. So I'm a very low maintenance person, like I said several times. And I'm not a dark lip person. It's a lot of maintenance. Girls will know what I'm talking about. Like, You have to constantly touch it up. You have to worry about it like getting on your teeth. You have to worry about reapplying it. Yada yada, you know. It's a lot of work for me. Just give me some chapstick, I'm fine. That is my makeup look. Obviously still gonna do my hair, but it's easier to do your makeup when your hair is out of the way, so. That is my makeup and books tag. Thank you guys for sticking around if you are still here and watching this. If you guys want to do this and you haven't been tagged, I tag you. And thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!